It's my birthday! Hello! Happy February 9th, the day of my birth, 24 years ago. I'm getting ready for work. Technically, I should be leaving for work right now, but it's my birthday, so I do what I want. It is also the first day of the Blackathon readathon. Still very early. Today is the first day of the Blackathon readathon. It starts at 9 a.m. my time. Starts 9 a.m. everyone's time. But I will be, like I've mentioned, at work, which is so cool. So yeah, I'll be at work. I also have videos, like books for this video specifically to be reading. One of them will work for Blackathon unintentionally, but luckily. And then I have two other books for this. I haven't even told you. Hi, this is an Aquarius reading vlog because it's my birthday. So yes, that's what we're doing. I don't know how long it'll take me to read these books. They are, luckily for myself, on the shorter side. And so because they're on the shorter side, I think this video can go up a bit sooner than I'm expecting it to. But we will have to wait and see. But I will also be doing as much Blackathon reading as I can for the weekend and for the month, but especially for the weekend. And then yeah, I also have kind of a busy weekend. I will take you guys along for the birthday festivities best that I can. But I think that's gonna be it for now. I'm going to finish my makeup and listen to some jams and probably check in with you after work when I can easily talk to my phone and not have people overhear me, and I'll tell you about the books that I'm reading and or have read. Woo! Hey, so I just got off of work and we have two books to discuss. I might only discuss one though for now, and then tomorrow morning maybe we can talk about the other one. But I read Rivers Solomon's The Deep today at work. For how short it is, it really does pack quite the punch that I was really not expecting. But it's very incredibly well written, lyrically written. It's gorgeous, stunning, beautiful. I've never read anything quite like it. Mermaid stories aren't typically my thing, but I did really enjoy it. My complaints is that I am small-brained. I am not super smart, so having really good conversations in a book sometimes goes over my head, but overall I really enjoyed it. I really loved the writing. I loved the entire conversation of remembering the past. The plot. What's the plot, you ask? The plot is basically following this clan, coven, group, whatever, insert the proper term here. A group of mermaids that are, it's basically, how do you even describe this? It's reclaiming history in a way. So it's based off of a song. I will put it here because I don't want to butcher what is titled. But this is basically a story following pregnant African slaves who were dumped into the ocean. And through this fantasy lens, they were turned into mermaids. They adapted, or at least their children adapted into mermaids. And so they have this feud with those with legs, because it's bad. And our main character, Yatu, I believe, they are the historian, which means that they are the only member of this entire group of mermaids to remember the past, to remember what their ancestors had gone through and went through. They're the only ones that know, and so it's painful all the time. It's not worth it in their eyes, because like that's a lot to carry. And once, I believe a year, they have like a remembrance where everybody shares these memories, and our main character flees after they're like giving all of the memories back. They're like, deuces, I don't want it anymore, and they flee for a little while, and the story goes kind of from there. But again, it's beautifully written. I really like the conversation that it was having, even though it's not a conversation that I can necessarily relate to or clearly explain well, but that's just me being kind of dumb. So no fault on the author, it's just a me thing. But I did give this 4 stars because when running it through Compile, I gave everything like a 7 and 8, because again, the writing and the atmosphere are absolutely fantastic. I do think that I would have enjoyed this if it was longer, which is funny because I was just saying recently how I don't want to listen to long audiobooks anymore, but I think just because this story contains so much, I felt like I could have benefited more from like in-depth and getting to know the characters a little bit better. But I understand that was not the author's intention, and I think what they did was very good. I absolutely loved the afterword, which kind of just goes into like the explanation a bit, the collaboration that went into writing this novella, which I thought was incredible. My favorite thing is the kickoff of it being like, yeah, I know you listened to this at 2 times speed, shame on you. I listened to it at 1.8 because I was at work, but overall I did enjoy it. I do see myself revisiting this and reading it again, or listening to, I think I want to physically like read it again, because I think I will be able to grasp more. I want to annotate, take notes, highlight, do the whole shebang, because I think that will benefit me understanding the story better and the characters better. I think that this is fine listening or reading it once, but I think it'll benefit from like a second, third, and it'll only get better. So that's my perspective, that's my opinion, that's what I read today. The other thing I believe we're going to talk about tomorrow, because I have a lot of thoughts, but like none at all. So I'm going to stew on that for a little bit. And then at some point I will read the 3rd book, either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure. All of the things, all of my reading vlogs are starting to catch up. So, okay, hi. It's like not the morning like I was planning on chit-chatting with you guys. It's 7:25 p.m. I'm fucking tired, and we're driving to Portland tonight. But I finished the 2 other books, and I realized that I've done a bad job. I have a theme of reading Aquarius books for like a reading vlog, never going well. They are just doomed, and history keeps repeating itself. But with that said, Yo Girl read The Deep because it was recommended to me by It's Belle's Zodiac Fantasy Recommendations video, and so that's where I got The Deep from. Now, the next thing that I read was, let me pull it up so I'm being accurate right now, but I think it's Miss Caliban by Rachel something. 5 books behind schedule. I don't know. Rachel Ingalls, and it is Miss Caliban. And this was recommended to me by an Instagram post when I just did a little quick search of like Zodiac recommendations, and this is what was there, and I decided on a whim, it's short, I'll do it. Why not? This is about our main character, Dorothy, who is in a sad marriage. It's not going great. They're pretty unhappy. Her husband's constantly cheating, and she's just kind of accepted that like as is. It's very, I don't know when exactly it's set, but it feels like very like 1950s. Like she stays home, she does the chores, she cooks the dinners, like very traditional standards of relationships back then. And one day she's just living her normal life, and all of a sudden the radio starts making funny noises, and then she hears about an escaped man that scientists were doing research on, This man is called the Aquarius the Monster. And he is a lizard man. He's like all green, but like pretty humanoid, but like green. Loves food, especially avocados, and I just don't get it because I don't like avocados. Yeah, so she falls in love with a frog man. Yes. It was fine. I think the writing was good. I think that the conversations that were being had throughout the story, although it didn't really go very deep, were interesting and good, but I can't in my right mind give this like a high rating. I gave it 3 stars. It was perfectly fine. It was written in the 80s, so 1982. So it's like older, but it was interesting to say the least. I don't think there was anything revolutionary about it. Again, it's really short, so there wasn't a whole lot to go off of besides this very awkward romance that I just like wasn't super here for. But if he wasn't green, it wouldn't have changed the story. I don't know. I'm not sure what, as an Aquarius, I'm supposed to gain from this, but either way, that was Red, and we'll talk later about the other book. My eyes are stained pink from my eyeshadow last night. What's up? Hello, we're home. Well, I'm home. Austin, poor soul, has to work now. Yes, my eyes are stained pink from my eyeshadow look last night. Love that for me. So, hello. Last night after work, around 8 or so, we got some food, and then we drove up to Portland, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and we went to the 45 East. Went to 45 East, which is a venue. It used to be more like of a club scene in Portland. Now it's kind of just like an EDM every weekend rave show. So we saw I Am Ghost, Barely Alive, and Stone Level, which were all fantastic. They all did so good. It was so much fun. Very small venue, not what I'm used to here in Eugene, but overall we had fun. We made a friend. It was cool just like being able to buy drinks and holding your drinks wherever you went. Like, it wasn't a big deal. That was cool. The artist did great. It was a shorter show, which was great because I worked like 10 hours yesterday, and then we drove up there. We were both so tired when we got there, but they served vodka Red Bulls, so I had one. Good to go for 3 hours. Got back to the hotel at 2 a.m. Stayed up, chit-chatting, watching ridiculousness as you do in the hotel, and then passed out. We got breakfast this morning and then literally drove back, and now Austin is off to work. So that was my like little birthday celebration recap. It was a lot of fun though. We enjoyed it. It was very, very good. It was nice to kind of just get away for a little bit, go have fun. But now we get to talk about something also fun, maybe. And that is the final book that I read. Recommended to me by the most popular Zodiac book recommendation video here on YouTube. At least when I searched it, it was the first one there. It's Belle's also covered the video in her recommendation video, or no, for her reading vlog, because she's also an Aquarius. So she did an Aquarius reading vlog, and she referred to that, and I thought it was interesting. The book is Earth Eaters. Is that what it's called? Every time I type it, it tells me I'm wrong. I know it's by Sayaka Murata. I want to say Earth Eater. Earthlings. It's Earthlings. That's what it is. Earthling. Oh god. I don't even know how to talk about this. What's Earthling about? Earthling is about our main character, as she's a girl in elementary school, and then we grow up with her as an adult when she gets married. Hey bud, how you doing? And then yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I do not recommend this book for everybody. Please, oh dear Lord, check the content and trigger warnings. I was not prepared. I was not ready. I did not know what to expect. It was not this. Oh my god. I'm still processing. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday, I finished it at work. Started at home the night before. Finished it at work yesterday. And I couldn't function after that. I sat on TikTok for 2 hours and watched YouTube videos. I could not jump back into another book. I was a lost soul for a little while. Heavy. This discusses such heavy, serious topics in more detail than I was personally expecting, especially around like sexual assault of a child. Heavy stuff. I do not widely recommend this, but we're also dealing with our main character, who I really do see a lot of Sayaka Murata's character like autistic coded, but our main character believes herself to be an alien from another planet, along with her cousin. That's also a content warning. And then later, her husband. And it took quite a turn and twist there at the end that I was not expecting. It started out little disturbing. It definitely feels like a horror book. Like you don't enjoy the content, but yet you like the book at the end because the writing is good, and like you run it through Compile and somehow it gets 4 stars, but like why does that work? I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, so like you start the book, it's a little disturbing, it's heavy, and then you jump forward a few years when she's like married and kind of revisiting parts of her past. And it's still heavy, but like that's when you think it's kind of on the up. You're like, oh, okay. So like the heavy stuff's out of the way, right? Like we're gonna happiness maybe. And then like the heavy stuff continues, but then it starts taking like your little weird little twisty turns that you're not expecting. And then you're like, I understand why this is recommended to Aquarius, because like we're weird, but also no. I'm sorry. If you are an Aquarius, read this if you want to. If your mental health can handle it, if your stomach can handle it, read what you want to read. But oh no, I do not widely recommend this to anybody, especially not an entire zodiac sign, because oh my god, no. This could do so much harm to people, and I don't know, I've not read any interviews as to like why this book was written or what like was behind it or anything. Convenience Store Woman is one of my favorite books of all time, so it was nice to read more of Sayaka Murata's works. She's a wonderful writer, very captivating. I somehow like really enjoy the stories, even though I don't enjoy them. I'm incredibly excited for Life Ceremonies. I'm hoping to get to that sometime this year as well. But, oh, I'm processing still. I'll be okay. Just know that. But like, oh my goodness, I was unprepared. But yeah, I read an alien book, I read a monster romance book, and I read a mermaid book. What a wild collection. What a wild reading vlog this is. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I'm going to be so real with you. Those are the 3 books that I was reading for this vlog, and then my little like birthday trip. So I'm gonna edit this and get this up for you guys tomorrow, which is Sunday. Happy Sunday. I'm so excited to watch some Allison Pages tomorrow and like decompress. I do hope that it's like a long vlog, like a reading vlog, or just like a mundane life vlog. That's gonna make me feel better. That's what I'm looking forward to. I also potentially have a live show to hang out at tonight, so maybe that'll make me feel better too. But until then, I'm gonna go read other books, I think, and try to be a human again. Yeah, that's it. Every time I talk about Earthlings, I feel heavy. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. It was just a lot. And I wasn't mentally prepared for what I was getting into. I had no clue. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go lay in bed, maybe take a nap. We've been go all day, so I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep. That's gonna be it for me. Thanks for hanging out. This reading vlog was definitely one of like weirder ones. Not my normal typical reading vlog. I'll get better at them. Yeah, I don't know what the goal really was for this, what the takeaway was. Do I understand why these books are recommended to Aquariuses? Yeah, they're weird, they're quirky, and they have like social commentary in them. I get it. We're humanitarians. I get it. Fellow Aquariuses, don't just read books that are recommended to you by the masses. Hey. Because sometimes they're heavy and you don't feel good after. So that, I guess, is the takeaway. I don't know. I'm gonna go. This is getting long. Bye.